Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Week in Crime and Policing with Mayo and Meso. My name is Mark DeMayo. This is my partner, Angel Maysonet. We're both retired NYPD detectives. And every week we get together and we discuss the crime stories that are making headline news. This week will be no different. But before we do that, we always like to catch up with each other because it's been a week or two now. This has been 2 weeks since Angel and I have sat down to do the podcast, and then we like to visit our friends in the chat, and then we'll start off with the stories. But how are you, Angel?
I'm good, buddy. Just got home from the gym a little while ago. I had some pool maintenance to take care of because I kicked my pool boy out of the. I fired him because my wife kept looking forward to the pool boy coming over, so I was getting suspicious. So I got rid of him.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, I got a problem with my pool guy too, man.
yeah. So
He's not doing a good job. I pay $150 a month to get this pool maintained, and he's not like scrubbing the sides. I'm gonna go home today, because algae builds up over here. I don't know about the East Coast too, and it sticks to the walls. And this guy only comes once a week. I don't know shit about pools. You know what I'm saying? But I'm learning
get rid
now.
of get rid of the pool guy and just brush it every day. That's all. When you get home from work, brush it every day, and
I'm
that's it.
gonna
You
do
good
that.
to
I
go.
ordered a brush, a new brush.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
these are things that I'm learning. Like him using the vacuum. The vacuum doesn't get the stuff off the walls. You gotta
You don't
brush
have
it.
a robot. You don't have a robot in
Not
the pool.
yet. Well, I'm paying somebody to come and clean it. I didn't really
No, don't
know.
do that. Get rid of him.
I can't.
Get rid of him,
It's
brush
part
it.
of.
I had to fight my wife. She wouldn't let me get rid of the pool boy, but I finally won.
Uh huh.
And I think she only sees him when I'm working now. So
Uh huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Mike. Mine's a. Why are they all? He's like Slovak or something. Like from blonde hair. He's in good shape.
Yeah, he's a master race, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Blonde
There's
hair,
a
blue
reason.
eyes.
There's a reason why they call him the master race, man.
Yeah, she called me the master painter. Um Everything's good, man. Work is good, busy. I did a hit on Newsmax this weekend, which was pretty good.
Yeah,
I
you were
spoke
telling me
about
about that.
I spoke about how, Jamani Williams and the NYPD or the New York City Council wants to bog the police down with more paperwork every time they do a stop on somebody. In an effort to make them look, we touched on it before, in an effort to make them look like they're racist, like they did in Minneapolis and
Uh
all this
huh.
other stuff. So I spoke on that and the hypocrisy of not, calling out people like I say all the time, calling out shooters unless they're white, stuff like that. So I was on my friend Rita Cosby. I go on her podcast and her ABC, WABC show a lot. So she's good. She's a good friend, and she always has me on when she can. So it's good.
Cool, man.
That's it.
Cool. It's
What
been
about
a
you?
it's been 105 here or better every single day for over a week. So
We
basically,
got rain every day, and it was a monsoon up here in Orange County yesterday, and
I
part of the
saw
highway by the Palisades like just went into the water, went down
I
the mountain.
saw I saw a video of trying to think of someplace upstate that it
It was
flooded
like
out.
it was Highland Falls. It was Highland Falls. Yeah, yeah,
Incredible, man. Yeah,
yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
I haven't seen a raindrop in weeks.
Raindrops are falling
But it's
on my
so
head.
let me tell you how hot it is. There's no you can't it's like
No,
even though it's beautiful out, you can't go out and sit out on it. There's
it's too
no
hot.
it's just too hot.
Put an egg on the
There-
pavement, it'll fry.
You gotta wait. You can either go in the morning or you gotta wait until like 5:30, 6 o'clock at night till it comes down to about 95.
I want. I should have started the show by saying this first, but I want to wish Lieutenant Peter Pranzo
Oh yeah.
a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Peter Pranzo.
So I see
Happy
him. He's in
birthday,
there.
buddy.
We love you, Pete.
Let's say hello to the people in the chat.
Okie dokie. We got Mary Goldstein. She's oh my god, I'm first. What up, fam? Haven't seen you guys in the Queen's age. That's not the same, but I'm not gonna say the real saying because it's a little offensive. So I won't say it. So What up, Mary? What up, Jojo? Raquel Pranzo, Mrs. Pranzo is here in the house. Hello, darling. How you doing? Hello, my Monday night date night
Hi,
guys. Mark
Raquel.
and Angel. Hello, hello, hello. Uh, Milwaukee civilian, what's up? Mark, you will not believe this, but my son has taken up Wim Hof breathing. He
Uh-huh.
is working towards an ice bath. I thought you were a kook, but now this cult has infected my family. Good stuff.
Yeah, that breathing is it's controlled breathing. I do it every day. I don't do it as the way I used to do it now, but I do.
Hmm.
I've been also doing saunas. Saunas,
Ooh.
in case you don't know, um, they reduce a heart attack by 50% in men over 55, and a
Turkish bathhouses? You go in Turkish bathhouses naked?
and a stroke by 60%. 20 minutes in the sauna. Now,
Mm.
people always ask me, what's the difference between the steam room and a sauna? And I always
Hmm.
say, in the sauna, you could see the guy blowing you. I'm sorry, guys. I had to say
Thank God I didn't sip my soda, my my diet cream soda, because I would have spit it all over my computer. I can't believe you said that. It's
It's true.
horrible.
Now,
It,
the steam room.
would it be the model from the Miami swimsuit? Did you see that model
You talking
on the
about?
Miami swimsuit runway?
No.
It was a
Oh, yeah,
blonde
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
it was a
saw that
blonde
thing.
he
Yeah.
she with like a 10-inch cock. It
Oh,
was
shh! Don't
fucking
say that. That's bad. Don't say that. That's
sorry,
bad.
with a 10-inch pee walking
Uh,
with a swimsuit on,
it's crazy.
and
Look at Miss the Netherlands.
his lips.
Transgender
Hold
woman.
on. Let me do his lips. Hold on. I'm gonna
I
show you what
saw
his
the
lips look like.
lips. I saw.
Hold on. You ready?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I saw that. That was bad. And Miss Netherlands. Did you see Miss Netherlands?
Yeah, I did. She was, not only
Transgender.
did she win, the transgender won Miss Netherlands, but she was ugly. Like
Oh,
she
the
wasn't even a good looking dude.
did you see the runner up?
The runner up was beautiful.
Yeah, it's and the teeth on the
Yeah,
one who won.
the one who won. Yeah, she's
Uh,
bad.
it's like it didn't matter who was competing against her. I swear to God, this is my message to women.
It's
If you
woke shit.
show up at any type of
They're
but
feminists, Mark.
listen,
They're
this give me a
feminists.
second here. If you're involved in anything where you have to compete against a transgender man, just get up and leave. Every single woman there should get up and leave. Forget it. If it's good, because if you're gonna compete in the Miss Universe and it's only him standing there, or
You lose.
whatever his pronouns are,
You lose.
um,
He, him.
then he's just let it compete against one. The girls that are competing in college, is there, if they I don't understand why they compete. You
They
show
don't
up,
listen.
you see a transgender there, turn around, take the whole team. We're gonna go home. We only
Yeah.
race against, uh, what our biological whatever it is. Anyway, so
Terry Lynn Halberg. Hold on. Terry Lynn Halberg. We say hi to her. We will say hi to Little Mermaid, Louisa. Hello, Louisa. Good to see you as always. One of our biggest supporters. Hold on a second. Mark, this has nothing to do with anything, but I have to say, I don't know where you get your clips for your Instagram stories, but they literally make me laugh out loud. Nice.
I used to dance, so I
Uh,
put up a lot of dancing clips, and I just love dance and singing and stuff like that. So sometimes they're funny dancing clips because the people are funny when they're dancing, and sometimes they're really legit dancing clips. But
let's give Louisa a shout out. I am doing great. I lost 30 pounds so far since May. Big shout out to Louisa. Dropping that weight like a bad habit. Good for you. You go, girl. Keep going. Lieutenant Peter, the birthday boy. Hey, Mark and Angel and chat friends. I missed you guys. What were you going to say about Milwaukee Civilian?
no, I was going to say about the controlled breathing, and in regards to the ice bath, um, once you get to the winter time, if you live on the East Coast, then you could use the water from the shower. But right now, it's probably not cold enough. You probably got to get, like, if you're starting out, get 4 or 5 bags of ice, 5 pound bags. Oh no, what is it? 7 pound bags, and put them in cold water and just do 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I go up. I could do 10, 15 minutes, 10
Do you get
bags
the
of
turtle?
ice.
Do you get the turtle head going?
I get
Just
yeah,
retreats.
Yeah, everything. It's gone. But it doesn't matter because I feel good. My arthritis is gone.
Really?
I mean, when I do it, it's a temporarily fix. It's instead of taking pills to get rid of my pain. You know what I'm saying? My
Yes.
arthritis. Now my other pain in my heart that I use alcohol for, but the pain of my body, my physical body, then I use
What about your virtual body? Is it
my
all done?
first. I got to create one. Did we get to everybody in the chat yet?
I think so. Hold on a second. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Jojo the Mermaid. Gina G. What up, Gina G? What up? Mary Goldstein. LT. Happy birthday. You're a July baby like me. Maui Swift. Hello, Hawaii girl. What's up? What's up? What's up? Maui was on some sort of like hiking excursion adventure thing I saw on her Instagram. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who else we got? I think
man.
that's
If you
it.
go hiking here in Vegas, bro, you'll probably be dead in about an
Oh,
hour.
you'll die. Yeah, yeah. Either the mountain lions will get you or the heat.
You have to. You know what's funny is like when you see construction work. Anybody who works outside, they wear long sleeve. They wear gloves. They wear a hat that covers like it
Yeah,
looks
you
like
have to.
kind of like an Asian a rice patty hat that they were picking with the rice patties from head to toe. Not heavy clothing, but you just can't be exposed. I mean, I'm
Yeah, no,
freaking.
you can't. Of
I don't
course.
know if you could
Yeah,
tell how dark I am, man, but
yeah. You look like
yeah,
a real Dominican now.
yeah, I'm getting there, brother. Speaking of Dominicans, why don't we start with the story, our first
Oh,
story of
that's
the
a good.
day?
That's a good segue to the savage.
Oh man, we had a horrible. In case you don't know, what was it? Was it July 5th that this happened? I forget.
No, it happened yesterday. No, it happened Saturday. So the 8th.
Oh, the 8th. Yeah, let's take a video. In case you don't know what happened in New York, go watch the video. This is shocking to say the least, and it's so. Um, here it goes.
Short time ago, New York City police transferred the man accused of going on a deadly shooting spree in Queens and Brooklyn. 25-year-old Thomas Abreu is facing several charges, including murder, attempted murder, and criminal possession of a weapon. Police say he was driving around on a scooter yesterday, randomly firing shots, killing an 86-year-old man and wounding 3 others. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson spoke exclusively with one of those victims. She's live this evening at the 107 precinct in Fresh Meadows, Queens. Kimberly? Well, Sandra, every weekend, Cesar Martinez calls his grandmother and asks what's for breakfast. The 21-year-old then walks to her house. It's something they both cherish and look forward to. But yesterday, Anna tells me she knew something was wrong. What she didn't know, Cesar has been shot. The pair is only talking to Eyewitness News.
I just remember waking up in the pool of blood and people around me. Then it blacked out again, and then when I woke up, I was here in the hospital.
With a bullet still lodged in his shoulder from his hospital bed, Cesar Martinez talked about this man, Thomas Abreu, now under arrest after police say the 25-year-old, while riding a scooter, went on a violent shooting spree in 2 boroughs.
Luckily, they got him because if we only got 4 people, he meant to go get a lot more.
On Saturday, in roughly 27 minutes, the suspect allegedly shot and killed an 86-year-old man on Jamaica Avenue, fired shots into a crowd nearby. No one was injured. And then police say aimed at a 40-year-old man, but missed. Investigators are also looking to see if Abreu shot a 63-year-old man, a 44-year-old man in the face, critically injuring him, and then Cesar, whose grandmother tells me she knew something was wrong.
Yesterday, I didn't get the call. He never showed up for breakfast.
Which he does every weekend. Now he's in tremendous pain and will need surgery.
I would like to know the why. The why, because he's not because he's my grandson, but he's a good kid. And you could talk to anybody that he's a good kid.
So, where are we? So that guy's name is Thomas Abreu. Who's 25 years old. He has no real criminal history. He has one in 2019. I think it was a forged instrument summons or something like that. Maybe it's a misdemeanor call or something, a forged instrument. Look, that's the weapon he used. That's a ghost gun, no serial numbers on it, and with an extended clip. That's him getting in the car smiling. And according to his roommate, which is a roommate's like a 55-year-old man that is the superintendent of the building, what did he say about him? He said that he doesn't know why. Restaurant. He was a delivery guy. There goes the scooter. Lived on Elton Street, and I don't think he's crazy. I think he's okay. I didn't think he would do that. The neighbors, though, everybody else who lives in the neighborhood said he's one of these people that rides up and down with the scooter with other people like a freaking maniac. So, what do you think, man?
So I went to the Yankee game on Friday, and as I drove home, I took the Grand Concourse, which is where I used to live, and I would say about 15 scooters either cut me off or were doing wheelies or were jumping on the sidewalk, and I was trying to hit them. To be honest with you, full transparency, but I kept missing. They're savages, and this guy. So again, right? I go over this ad nauseum. I talk about it all the time. If you don't stop fiddling with those papers, I'm going to strangle you.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
But you're making a lot of noise. If you are not white, the media does not automatically broadcast all your description, right? Your demographics. This was a Hispanic male, likely Dominican, with that last name Abreu.
No, he's Dominican. Yeah.
Okay. So he killed a Muslim man who was going to mosque, right? The other kid that he shot, an NYPD or off-duty NYPD officer from the 19th precinct, helped him and stopped the bleeding, or else he probably would have died. I don't know if you knew that. There's video of him helping him when he's bleeding out in the street. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. If this was a white shooter on a scooter, they would have had his mugshot blasted all over the news.
What?
They would have had his mugshot blasted all over the news. They would have had everything about him, and they would have called it racism, or they would have called it anti-Muslim. All the woke people, insert politician, would have said that he was targeted. He targeted him because he was Asian, what they call Central Asian Muslim man. I think he was from
I don't
Georgia.
think he targeted. I think he just targeted the people that were walking down the street.
No, of course, I agree. But my point is that they would have said that he was, because he was white. Now they don't say that because this guy's Dominican, so they don't have anything to say.
Well,
that's my point.
Besides for that fact, I know we always get into this discussion whether this person's crazy or not. Like he had a roommate, no collars up until now. Maybe who knows how long he's had that gun. If somebody just gives him that gun, maybe that's. Did you ever see the movie Juice?
Yeah,
with Tupac. When they get their hands on the gun, how it just changes everybody. For what we know, this guy was just terrorizing the neighborhood on his scooter, and then somebody let them hold their gun or something like that, or maybe he bought the gun from somewhere and he just wanted to use it because, the guy talking to the police, he said he believed that he was getting attacked by Chinese and Russian people. And then he asked for a lawyer. So first, I guess he was going to go down this crazy route, and then he decided I need a lawyer. So even though he hasn't been in this country long, he knows the laws.
So it's easy for these people to say, oh well, he could have said that aliens told him to do it, right? Because this is the ready-made excuse for these criminals, right? It's mental health. It's always the guy must be crazy. Listen, in order to kill someone, especially someone you have no beef with, right? Someone that did nothing to you, an old man who was walking to mosque. In order to kill somebody, there has to be some sort of mental deficiency. There has to be. You can't be right in the brain if you're just killing a random person. We're not talking about revenge killings or crimes of passion, like they say you catch somebody with your wife in bed or whatever the case may be. Those are different. in order to kill somebody randomly like this, there has to be a mental deficiency. But he wasn't crazy. He knew enough to put the gun back underneath the seat of the moped or the scooter that he was driving, and not to pull the gun out when the cops approached him, right? Or else they would have probably killed his ass. So I don't want to hear the excuse that the guy was crazy. It's just, that's an excuse to me.
The funny thing is,
I don't buy it.
the whole thing lasted 2 hours from start to finish, from the time he shot the first person till the time he was in cuffs. So he just left his house on a scooter that he rides all the time, except this time he's armed with the gun and he wanted to see how it worked. And he just randomly driving down the street from Queens to Brooklyn. He was probably going using Jamaica Avenue or Hillside Avenue.
He was, yeah.
Because not only did it look familiar, but those go right into Brooklyn. So once you get down to like 74th Street, 75th Street over there, now the next thing you know, you're in Brooklyn. So he's in Brooklyn and then he just keeps going until he's in Queens. There are no boundaries, just one borough from one street to the other.
So so New York, along with Chicago, right? A 9-year-old boy. I don't know if you have the story up or you have the story on Q, but a 9-year-old boy was killed in a drive-by shooting in Chicago this weekend. Toughest gun laws in America: New York, Chicago, Detroit, right? And every time, Philly, right? Mass shootings happen all the time, every weekend in these places. There's if we had open carry in New York or concealed carry in New York, guess what? Somebody might have shot this idiot back, right? That guy that was walking in the crosswalk that you saw him shoot in the face might have opened fire and shot back at him. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a gun nut, but at some point you got to look and say, should we allow people to just have guns? I mean, let them shoot back. They could have wasted this guy.
Yeah, it's a really crazy story. I don't even know. It's hard to explain because the guy has no priors.
There's no explaining it. I mean, people are just fucked up. I mean, sometimes bad people just do bad things. Somebody's got to get you. Every murderer starts with their first murder, right? Every mass murderer starts with their first murder. So it doesn't mean that he's a good guy that went crazy. It doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with him. It means that this was the first time he decided to start killing people. That's how I feel.
Last week we didn't get together because Tuesday was the 4th of July. But I was watching the coverage of New York City, and they seem to focus on the Bronx a lot on the 4th of July. And watch this. For some reason, they changed the uniforms. That's what first thing I noticed. But this is I forget what avenue this is in the Bronx. We'll go back to the beginning.
So that wasn't a cop that did that?
No.
Hey! A little bit, please. You're with us, right?
Yeah, that was
Just give it 1 second. It goes Now this is minutes earlier than when all the cops show up. What kind of uniforms are those?
Those are the modified anti-crime guys.
Where are the hats and the bats? These guys are going. It's 4th of July. People are going to be shooting fireworks. You're sending these guys out there. They don't have a baton on them. I don't even know if they use them anymore. I don't know what happened to the class.
So
whatever.
they're not there for crowd control. They're there to respond to like like anti-crime. So
These are
they get their-
CRT. What is that? CRT.
so CRT
Critical
these are
response
not,
team.
yeah, it's not all CRT guys. Some of these are anti-crime guys, like the modified anti-crime, the gun violence unit they call them, or gun suppression unit, or whatever they call it. So not all of it is CRT.
I just don't get these uniforms. I don't see how. What is the point of this uniform other than so that
Tactical.
people feel what's tactical? It's anti-tactics. Where's your helmet?
So tactical as far as they have their 511 pants, they have short sleeve shirts, more comfortable in order to chase people, things like that. Listen, I agree with you. You gotta have the helmet. We used to carry our bag right in the back of the RMP. So if something, the shit hit the fan, you put the helmet on, you got your baton on, and you went to work. But I mean, things are different. And there's gun suppression teams, Lieutenant Pranzo says, yeah.
There's so many of them too. I don't even know how to get back this video. Let's see. Let's see if we can just go back to it. I forget.
So the guy that tripped them was not a cop. It was a photographer from like a cop watch thing. So
good.
Yeah.
I love when Good Samaritans step up and help the cops, like trip the guy running away, because this is a situation where either the cops are just getting there or setting up. For whatever reason, they send a bunch of cops over there. I don't know what they were doing on that street, but that they picked that street to show enforcement. And this guy decides he's going to just drive down that street, pop a wheelie in front of all, just being a dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what they were doing to me on the Grand Concourse.
He got collared.
Yeah, good.
He got collared. And I don't know how many minutes he had to spend in the precinct before they gave him his desk appearance ticket. But
if he didn't have ID, guess what? You're going to jail, because sometimes IDs, when you stop these people, sometimes IDs miraculously fall into sewers, and they just disappear. And then if you don't have an ID, I can't give you a summons, and then you end up going through the system.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, he wasn't going to get a summons in the street anyway.
No, I'm talking about a DAT in the precinct. If you don't have an ID in the precinct, you go through the system. You can't get a DAT, or if you have a record. Let's go to the chat real quick. We were talking about crimes of passion, and Milwaukee Civilian said, "I agree. I have caught my wife in bed with several guys, and I have never gone on a killing rampage." And then Raquel asks him if he joined in. And then Lieutenant Peter says, "I got some cameras watching Raquel. They wouldn't let me join." Milwaukee Civilian says, "Oh my God, this went off the deep end."
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to us, these guys are going crazy.
We started off the show with a trip, an X rating, and we try to clean it up, but now we're back.
Oh my goodness, these people are going crazy. They went off the reservation. Can't fight and run. Can catch him carrying too much equipment weight. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
Listen, when I remember 100,000 people being underneath the same situation, but in Queens, when Colombia was playing Ecuador in 2000. No, was it what? I'm trying to think of what year it was.
I'm assuming you're talking about
it was
soccer, right?
It was, I think it was it 93, 94? World Cup soccer.
You don't say?
And we went hats and bats, and we cleared those streets out, man. And if you had to do that right now, how are you doing that? Your face is exposed. At some point, somebody's going to throw something at you, a bottle. It's fireworks is coming. I don't know. Did you see the video of the Somalis, wherever they are, shooting fireworks in Minneapolis at the police?
The cops, yeah. I sure did. Yeah. They had like a freaking silo launching this shit at them.
Yeah, they have these they're remember the things that used to come out one color at a time?
What was that? Hostile with the suspect over there?
Remember
the Roman candles.
Roman candles. But these are huge. Like these are like you put them over your shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah.
You put them over your shoulder like this now, and they're shooting it right at the cop cars. Why? I don't understand why the cops they stay there for that. Either run them over or get out.
You know why? No, you know why? Because they want to get hit with a firework, and then they want to put him for a 3/4 pension, so they could leave that shitty ass job and get a pension for the rest of their lives. That's why.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised. I mean, NYPD, we had 3/4 pensions. You talk to other people from other departments, they don't have nothing. You get hurt,
Well, even the 50% is better. I mean, than nothing.
they don't
right?
even get 50% sometimes.
Oh, shit.
They get nothing. They get hurt, they're out of work. That's it.
Mm.
All right, so what else do we got here? Yeah, there goes a picture of the uniforms. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. This guy
They got
right here.
FBI agents. Go ahead.
This guy's a
Las
Las Vegas.
Vegas. Is that
Las
you?
Vegas. This guy is a Las Vegas Metro cop, and he likes to stick up. He likes to rob casinos.
He's a cop.
Yeah, he robbed
Are
3
you
casinos.
serious?
Yeah, he robbed 3 casinos.
Oh shit!
Not for all that much money that you would think.
Doesn't matter. He's a piece of shit robbing people. He's a cop.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Vegas, man. If you're a gambler, bro, they're gonna
roll you.
You're gonna lead a miserable life here because you're gonna get in debt with your gambling. The only way to get out of the debt is to win your way out, or you can't rob a casino. Robbing casinos is there's no wins in there. You can't get out of there. The whole thing is they know.
No, there's cameras everywhere. The Las Vegas Metro's like right in there or right outside. There's no way you can get away with that shit.
Yeah, because casinos, they're like banks. It's a bank. It's got millions of dollars in it. Every casino, and except they have instead of having one old ass retired cop as a security guard, who can't wait for lunch, they have 600 security guards plus people watching cameras. You're not robbing this bank.
And off-duty cops are working on the side there. And
yeah, you're not robbing this bank. I thought I had more for that, but which one is this one? Let's see what this one is. Rapper 50 Cent. LA is finished after zero bail policy. Watch now how bad it gets out here. So apparently LA is they decided to put it into law because they did something during COVID where they had they didn't want to fill up the jail, so they had zero bail for misdemeanors and some felonies.
Mm-hmm.
And the rumor has it that that Biden's he's gonna be in big trouble for all this nonsense, and Gavin Newsom's gonna step in and try and save the day for the Democrats.
Nice. Wait, you mean to run?
Yeah.
Anybody in there? Listen.
It doesn't matter.
These people, if you, I mean, who would vote for that? That guy is like California. You see the Bugs Bunny cartoon where Bugs Bunny takes a saw and he saws Florida off and then it goes out to the ocean? They should do that to California. No offense, Luisa. I know you're out in California, but they need to take like a hacksaw and saw Cali off and let them float away into the Pacific Ocean because Newsom and George Gascon, whatever the hell his name is, they're killing LA and California as a state. I mean, it's insane.
LA's bad. This California's huge. I'm sure there's really nice parts of it, but
San Diego's beautiful, but
the quicker that they could get rid of this governor,
it's a blue state. It's a blue state, man, because of Newsom. He's crazy. The guy's not, and he used to.
Did you ever hear him speak?
A cop or something?
Did you ever hear him speak?
Yeah, he's insane.
Well, he has a reason and excuse for everything. He's telling you about COVID numbers and all this stuff like that. They all have an excuse for why crime is up and how it's not really that up. It's just like he said, as far as the businesses leaving the state, he said, what are you talking about? We have the most amount of brand new businesses opening up in this state than any other state in the country.
And that's because they have Silicon Valley. That's why.
But they start up there, and as soon as they make any money and they start realizing how much taxes they have to pay, they get out of there. So what good is it if you have all these small companies? Once they start making money, they're going to leave.
It's crazy. I'm telling you.
Let's keep going here. What do we got here? Oh, this is what this I messed up the sequence there. Las Vegas police officer, he's set to go out. He stole $165,000 from 3 casino heists. So that's the story that I was meant to get to. Oh, this one's interesting. Man found dead in a freezer, was hiding from police.
Oh, the police will be blamed for this one. Somebody will lose their job.
No. This guy, he just went into this freezer. It wasn't on, by the way. It was just a freezer that wasn't plugged in, but he was.
And he had no air. He suffocated.
Yeah, he was in an abandoned house. He couldn't get out. It locked only. He couldn't get out from the inside. It didn't unlock from the inside.
Yeah, that's
And
why they tell you to take the refrigerator doors off when you throw them out.
He had a warrant for his arrest.
What?
The freezer was an older model that could not be opened from the inside, according to police. The house had no electricity and the freezer was not running. They believe that he got into the freezer to hide on his own accord. Perhaps officers were in the area. So, oh man, what an idiot, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, if they weren't dumb, we'd never catch him. But in this case, he died. So, the cops they'll get blamed. They'll say that they scared him and he ran to the freezer, and the cops should have known better and they should have searched the house. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, I'm being facetious, but nothing surprises me with this shit. It's
this one is hilarious. Watch this, man. I mean, I almost feel bad for this guy in a way because he's just trying to do a robbery. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's paying attention to him. Watch this.
Oh, I saw.
Watch this.
Everybody get down! Give me all the money!
They're laughing already.
Give me all the money!
A would-be robbery doesn't go quite as planned when a suspect storms into a nail salon demanding money, but no one reacts to his threats.
Hey. Where's the money?
Security video shows what happened on July 2nd in Atlanta, Georgia, when a suspect walked into the Nail First salon. The man calls for everyone to get down and hand over all their money.
Everybody get down! Give me all the money! It's got the pockets! Give me all the money!
But instead of giving up their valuables, customers and employees don't react at all. The salon's owner even answers a phone call rather than interact with the suspect.
Yeah! Where's the money?
One woman does react, though. Video shows her stand up and put her hands out. The suspect then snatches up her cell phone.
Give me the money! Where's the money? Everybody give me everything!
As the woman steps outside, the suspect screams for the others to hand over their money.
Where's the money?
But the customers still refuse to react or give up their belongings. Defeated, the suspect appears stunned before turning around and walking out of the shop.
Can't stop that guy's so fucking. He's so pissed. That guy.
Well, I mean, listen. It's simple, right? If you walk in and it's like pointing your finger at something. He had no gun. He was holding a bag, pretending he had a gun. Nobody's gonna give up their money for that bullshit.
Yeah, that was bad. I mean,
oh, it's great.
Oh man,
Mary,
like
Mary says,
Woody Allen.
Poor Robert. Mary says, "Poor Robert. His self-esteem is probably shot now." Yeah, no pun intended.
And he's gonna get caught. They got great video of him. They'll probably catch him. He'll probably go to jail. Like Woody. Do you ever see Woody Allen? The Woody Allen movie.
Which one?
He tries to rob the bank with the soap, and it starts raining.
Oh no!
And the soap starts. It gets all bubbly and foamy. And then he goes to prison for that. Everything he tries to do, like he keeps going to prison for like these stretches, and as soon as he gets out, he tries to do another crime. Then they catch him again. He's like the worst criminal. I forget what the name of it is.
Did he go to jail for molesting Yi or whatever her name is, his stepdaughter?
No, he never went to jail for that.
Wow, shocking. Pedophiles in Hollywood, boy.
Well, he sure proved. I tell you what, man, he sure proved them wrong, man. He's still married to her.
Yeah. Well, listen. I mean,
Let's see what else we got here.
So did you see? Hold on a second before you pull something up. Did you see that the movie that came out about the child trafficking?
Yeah, I have it right here.
Oh, you have it? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You want to see the trailer?
Sure.
I was going to show everybody the trailer. I think if
I'm
you
sorry.
have this movie playing in a theater near you, you should go see it. It's about child trafficking, and you'll piss a liberal off. Where are we right now? This is the trailer for it. It stars Jesus, so you know it's got to be good.
How'd that make you feel? Giving a child his freedom. Felt good. You have been at this for 12 years.
My country, 'tis of thee.
Why are you doing it?
Sweet land of liberty.
Because God's children are not for sale.
I see.
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
For Homeland Security, you know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces.
And where my fathers died.
And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
Land of the pilgrims.
And yet somehow you have failed to bring me one real-world lead.
It's over, Tim. Close up and come back home.
So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring.
South of that rule is all rebel territory. No one goes in. And if this was your daughter, so she's gone.
Hear that? That's the sound of freedom.
So, what were you going to say, Angel?
Sorry.
What happened?
It upsets me, man, because these people, like on Twitter, you see these people, they say that it's a right-wing conspiracy, right? They say that this is a right-wing conspiracy, that these kids are getting
I can't believe they say that. That's your
trafficked, and it gets me so angry, man, because that's why I get angry when people say the cops shouldn't do shit, right? They say the cops shouldn't do anything. We don't do it because of the criminals. We do it for kids and for elderly. Oh, it just gets me so upset because they defend this movie Cuties, right? They say like all the left-leaning media defended this movie Cuties about these kids getting, forced into these beauty pageants and becoming homosexuals. But they say that this movie is a right-wing conspiracy.
They conveniently associated the movie with QAnon, which QAnon is, as far as the left is concerned, it's a, what do they call that? Conspiracy theory group. People that believe in conspiracy theories. Now, there's child trafficking. We all know that. Here's a true story based on a true story about some guy who worked for Homeland Security and decided to quit his job and go hunting these predators down. So I'm curious to see, where is the conspiracy theory?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they're associating it with Pizzagate or whatever, but apparently this is a money-making enterprise. If you watch this movie, they're going to talk about how much money it makes every single year. Now the problem is, the people that are running this business are apparently people that are probably in governments, positions.
Well, this is why, if you look, right, Ghislaine Maxwell, right, she was convicted of crimes against children, all this other stuff. who were her clients? Who were the client? The client list, Epstein's client list hasn't been released because there's Democrats and there's Republicans on there. There's people from all walks of life. So nobody's going to fight to get this thing released. Nobody, because they're all going to be on it, all of them. So how could she be convicted of child trafficking or whatever she was convicted of with no clients? And nobody wants to release this list. Nobody, because they're all on it. They're all on it. Trust me. There's going to be high-level Republicans and Democrats on that list. They're all shit. It's a cesspool. It's disgusting.
I don't see because we're retired law enforcement. I think, for me, I don't care if you're a Republican or if you're a Democrat. If you are a shitty person and you do bad things, you should be in prison. If you're out there selling young adults, teenagers who are not quite adults, and you have an island somewhere, I want to see that list. Who went to this island and had sex with these kids? If you're selling younger kids, because one of the things that's brought up in this movie is how if you sell cocaine, you sell it once. If you sell a child, you could sell it 4 or 5 times a day for 10 years.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Did you see the movie yet? Have you seen it?
No, but I've seen enough.
Yeah. I'm going. I just gotta prepare myself, like Gina G says, because look how I get. Because
you're not gonna make it, man.
It's too much for me. I get.
I mean, the only obviously we have grown children now, but and you hear about these things, these children being stolen out of their front yard. There was 2 little girls playing, but that was a maniac that was walking down the street. He wound up killing one, and he was gonna. And children are a target the same way old people are a target. But these
that's why
you block this movie. Why
Yeah.
you'd be associated with anybody who would block a movie that's trying to save children? I haven't seen the movie yet, but I don't think they're calling out Democrats or calling them liberals.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
But I can understand if that was your excuse. If you're saying that the Democrats are the ones responsible for it, then maybe if you want to stick to your policy. But I don't. Other than the fact that it's about why wouldn't you want to stop this?
Yeah, that's what gets me so angry, right? And instead of breaking shit, this is what happens, right? Because it's like, again, right? Kids are innocent. It doesn't matter. They're kids are born innocent. Their parents teach them racism. Their surroundings teach them racism. Their surroundings teach them to be, political. They teach them that this, that because they're confused, now they should be a boy or they should be a girl or whatever the case may be. Kids are innocent little sponges. And for people to say, and I've seen, people high in the chain of law enforcement who are retired, people that I respect, cops shouldn't do shit. Put the blinders on, don't do anything. How is that your mindset when if you're driving down the street as a police officer and you see some kid getting kidnapped or grabbed or there's something suspicious going on, you don't do anything?
Look at
like
this,
that's the excuse?
Look at this guy. This is a youth soccer coach. He's arrested for rape after videos found on his phone. This guy went to eat in some restaurant, left his phone behind. The restaurant people start going through his phone to see whose phone it is and to call them up and say, hey, you lost your phone here. Next thing you know, they're looking at videos of him raping unconscious boys. This guy's been a soccer coach in that neighborhood for over 20 years.
Oh, my God, I'd kill him. I'm sorry, but I'd kill him.
Soccer coach for over 20 years in that neighborhood. There was at least 10 boys on his. Now, here's another thing. This guy has managed to hide in plain sight for over 20 years. How many parents have dropped their kids off? Who knows? If when I'm looking at the guy, I see he's Hispanic. I'm thinking to myself, maybe the guy, those kids are scared to go to their parents. I don't know how this, none of the kids out of the 10 of them, or maybe it's because they're unconscious and when they wake up, they don't know what happened to them. But I just don't know. His name is Camilo Hurtado Campos. He's 63 years old. He was a Tennessee youth soccer coach. Workers at the restaurant had to look through his phone in an attempt. And, so he got caught. And hopefully something like this will happen to him in prison. This guy, this is another pedophile, Larry Nasser. He he was doing bad things to the U.S. gymnastics team. Finally, one girl spoke out. This case is very, very disturbing because Larry Nasser was actually still allowed to be the doctor of the gymnastics team and also another facility. Meanwhile, one girl had already claimed to be touched by him.
Sometimes, sometimes the perps get it right. That's
This
why
guy got stabbed in prison.
that's
a
why
couple
they
of
should
times.
be. They should put child molesters and pedophiles in general population when they get locked up. Put them in general population. Let natural selection happen. I'm all for it. I don't listen. Did you see? I don't know if we spoke about it ever on the show. I'm sure we have. Did you see that video of the guy? His son was kidnapped by his karate instructor, and he was taken across the country. The guy dyed
No.
his son's hair. There was all
No.
sorts of stuff. It happened in like the 80s or maybe the early 90s. So he was kidnapped.
Now
He was
I remember.
13
Yeah.
years old, and they finally found him. Right? They tracked him through the phone call. He made a phone call. They traced the call. They went out there and they flew him back. And the sheriff flew him back. And as he was walking through the airport, the father's on a payphone, and he turns around and he blows the guy's brains out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he drops the gun. The sheriff grabs him. They lock him up, and he kills the guy. Right? And then they interviewed him years later, and he was starting to get dementia. He was older now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they asked him through he was nonverbal, but his brother understood what he said, and he asked his brother, ask him if he regrets killing him. And he said, if I could dig his body up and kill him again, I'd kill him again. And that to me was like, I get my hairs on my arms stand up. That was the most amazing. It's beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah. So this guy, the Olympic doctor, he was stabbed several times. He's spending time in a federal prison, and he's serving decades in prison. He admitted to sexually abusing athletes, assaulting athletes when he worked on them in Michigan State University in Indianapolis. USA Gymnastics, Simone Biles is suing the federal government for $1 billion. See, the reason why this is so disturbing is because the FBI is proving in so many different areas to be absolutely useless. This case was reported to the FBI, and the FBI failed to stop Nasser when the agents became aware in 2015. I don't know, 8 months of inactivity in the case. Now, obviously, this is the USA Gymnastics team. So you have to make a phone call to the higher up. What are we going to do about this guy? But it should take maybe a day, figuring out a day. Get all the heads together from the gymnastics, from the president, from everybody. And it's just, okay, do what you got to do with this guy. Get him away from the kids. Nobody have 8 months of inactivity. What is the FBI's purpose? What are they dragging their feet on so many important cases?
I worked with them for 7 years, and they were some of the greatest people. The rank and file was some of the greatest.
I'm not talking about
but listen, let me finish.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the FBI agents, right? The rank and file and the FBI were fantastic. I've been gone since 2014. A lot has changed since then. The up echelon is disgusting, and now it's trickling down to the rank and file, unfortunately. And to answer your question, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know what their purpose is. They go to school board meetings, they harass people for shit like that, but they won't. Larry Nasser gets this. Yeah, it's.
They've been weaponized by the people that are in charge of your
Did you see one of the
now.
girls? Did you see one of the girls? Did you see her dad? What he did to Nasser when he was on trial? He tried to get at him. He tried to jump over the counter, and they tackled him. And the little girl was like, "Oh, daddy, daddy!" She was screaming, and her father was a big boy, and he jumped over the counter and tried to get to Nasser during the trial, during the victim impact statements. Did you ever see that?
No, I can't recall that I did.
Yeah, that was a
I'm
good
just
one
trying
too.
to see, I just want to make sure. All right, so thanks for sticking with us today. We got an announcement to make. It troubles me to have to say this, but this time slot that Angel and I have right now, it's not really working for me anymore until we figure out something else, a way to do it. Maybe a weekend, or record it and then post it without the live chat. That's another option we could do, Angel. Record it at our convenience and then put it up. But this time slot is not working for me really, because for a couple of different reasons. And then anything else that we do after this, once I, get home from work, is going to be too late for the East Coast. So maybe you want to discuss recording it. We could figure out a different time every week and just
we'll talk
record it
offline.
and put. Yeah.
Offline.
But in the meantime, we're going to be taking a hiatus until we figure this out. But I wanted to say thank you to all the people that have stayed with us. And I've always mentioned how much I love doing this, putting the stories together. And I meant that. I meant that. And you all mean a lot to me. And, it's just, I just have to figure out a better way to do this.
It's a lot, but if we could do maybe a monthly show once a month on a weekend, we'll see. But we'll talk about it offline, and we'll keep you guys updated. But thank you so much for the support. Thanks for jumping on Mondays with us. And we love you guys, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely keep in touch with you guys. Anything that I can start recording and doing just by myself and then posting it up, I'll do it. And Angel is going to keep doing the same thing on his end. As far as us two getting together, maybe we're going to get into discussions. I'll call you. We'll figure out a time, and we'll work it out. But this Monday night thing is not working for me, and it won't work anymore. But we'll figure something out. I just wanted to make sure you guys we were upfront about it. We told you about it, and just so you know that how much we appreciate.
Yeah, we love you
all of you taking the time out to hang with us.
Mhm.
And like Angel said, we love you all, and we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch.
Bendiciones.
We'll
Take
let us
care,
all know.
everybody.
We'll let you all know. In the meantime, thanks, Angel.
Thank
It was a pleasure, and go check out that movie. If you do anything, by supporting that movie, what you're doing basically is you're letting the people that make movies know that what people are going to pay their money to see. And I know you want to make a movie and send a message, the woke message, but if nobody's going to see it, or you're losing hundreds of millions of dollars, then maybe you'll stop making them and start making some movies that people want to see, that
Amen.
good people want to see.
Amen.
And that's why support this movie. You'll learn a lot. I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to find out where it's playing over here and go check it out as well. All right, folks. That being said, love you.
Adios,
and
muchachos.
we'll be in touch. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Later.